Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today is a Dollar Tree crochet challenge. I'm going to see what I could crochet with just Dollar Tree yarn. If you're new to my channel, then you probably don't know that I love looking for yarn at the Dollar Tree, seeing what I can find. I have a few yarn hauls. I'll make sure to link them below. And I've done before showing what I crocheted with Dollar Tree yarn. I know so many people wonder, do the plushies turn out cute? Is the yarn work good? It's easy to work with. And can you even make a plushie? Because the skeins are really small. They're only about 65 yards. So I'm going to answer all those questions. I'm going to show you how the yarn works. I'm going to show you what plushies I made with this. So stay tuned and be sure to like and subscribe and comment below if your Dollar Tree has any yarn. Almost every Dollar Tree in my area has yarn, but I've heard from several others that they have little to no yarn at their local store. So now I'm curious. All right, so here it is. This is the very first plushie I made with just Dollar Tree items. I made Alice in Wonderland because it's springtime and I feel like that movie just gives all the springtime vibes. There's lots of florals and bright colors. And this was all made with the Premier Just Chenille yarn. So what I like about the Dollar Tree yarn is this project needs several colors, and I didn't want to buy huge skeins of like burnette blanket, especially with some colors like white or black. I mean, you didn't need that much just for the shoes and the bow. So I didn't want to buy a huge skein that was going to cost like $10 just for a tiny little piece. So that's one thing I really love about the dollar store yarn. So for the Alice in Wonderland doll, I mostly based it off of my Tinkerbell doll pattern. I'll link the free tutorial here on YouTube. So as you can see, like the head, the arms, the body, and even the skirt and the shoes was mostly the same pattern. And that is also what I made with the Premier Just Chenille yarn. So I've gotten familiar with this yarn before I made Alice in Wonderland, since that would be a lot more challenging. One thing about this yarn is it sheds like crazy. So if there's any sewing, make sure you get some worsted weight yarn. You don't need to buy a whole skein, just be scrap yarn and sew on any pieces. That's how I sewed on her arms, because some days I just cannot deal with having to vacuum up all the fluffies just getting everywhere. And especially if you're wearing black pants, like a lot of times I wear black leggings, the fluff gets everywhere. Here again is the final look of Alice in Wonderland. I thought she turned out so cute, and it's nice to be able to make really cute, unique things. And it was really budget friendly because, like I said, there's a lot of color changes in this. And then I also wanted to do a side-by-side comparison. On the left is Premier Just Chenille. On the right is Premier Parfait Chunky Yarn. They're both size 6 chenille yarns. As you can see, the Just Chenille on the left from the dollar store, it is a little bit thinner and it's more like fluffy and fibery, where the Premier Parfait is a little more dense. So I personally wouldn't use it together in a project. It'd be a little bit inconsistent in my opinion. But despite that, here's again Alice in Wonderland. You can make really cute crochet projects just using yarn from the Dollar Tree. And thankfully my Dollar Tree store has tons of colors, so I'm able to finish projects that have a lot of different colors, not just projects that only need one skein. So next I wanted to try a more simple project, such as one of these chickens. It was no sew. As you can see, this was Premier Just Chenille, but the black and white yarn, it was called Medley, and so you can't see the stitches at all, which I kind of like that because it adds kind of a little bit of mystery and allure to your crochet projects. And then for the comb, that was also Premier Just Chenille from the Dollar Tree, but you can't see your stitches with this yarn. So if that's something you're not crazy about, then it's not for you. But if you like the look of the finished plushie, then definitely give it a try. And I noticed they had this yarn in different color variations as well. So I loved how the chicken came out. These chicken patterns are so popular, but when you find really fun yarns like this, it just makes them really unique and really different. This was smaller than a lot of the other chickens you see, because like I said, even though this yarn says it's size 6, it is a lot thinner than other size 6 yarns. So beware of that. It's not going to be as big as some of the other chickens you're seeing, even if you are using the exact same pattern. But I also just wanted to show you how from the Dollar Tree you can make even the simplest patterns look so cute and so fun. Despite the yarn being so affordable, it didn't take away anything from the finished plushie. It was still just as cute. And then for a lot of the plushies, I just embroidered the eyes since I've never seen safety eyes at the Dollar Tree before. So I just embroider all the eyes and it still comes out just as cute. It is a little bit more work than if you would have just put in the safety eyes. But I just want to show you how it still turns out cute, and sometimes it's even more affordable because a skein of just black acrylic or black cotton yarn goes a lot farther than just some of the safety eyes. They use up so fast. All right, and then next we have a Sanrio character, Pom Pom Purin, and I made him with the Just Yarn, also Premier Yarns from the dollar store. Yeah, Just Yarn Worsted is what it's called. So I tried Chenille, Just Chenille, Just Chenille Medley, and then Just Yarn. And I really like this yarn. It's fairly soft for an acrylic yarn. It's not the softest. I think the Big Twist one was softer, but that's okay because I feel like it was almost easier to work with. It didn't split. I had a little bit trouble with the pattern, the way they did the browns. But anyways, I thought it came out cute, and it seemed more dense than some of the acrylic yarn, so I liked it because there wasn't as many like holes or anything, because I know acrylic yarn, if your tension's a little bit off, it could be tricky. But I thought he turned out so cute, and I was so glad they had a lot of colors of acrylic yarns, because sometimes, like, even at Walmart, the colors of acrylic yarns are just like the most random colors. So I really like the yellow color, and even the brown too for his little hat. It turned out so cute, and the stitch definition was just amazing. I feel like sometimes with a softer yarn, the definition kind of gets a little bit lost, or it's a little bit too defined. I just really like this yarn because of stitch definition, and it didn't hurt my hands at all, and it wasn't scratchy, and it didn't split. So that was about it for what I crocheted with Dollar Tree stuff. There's a few more things that I'll show here at the end, but I just kind of wanted to give a mini review on those different yarns and show you how the projects turned out. You could still create really cute plushies on a budget and saving money at the dollar store, especially if you're new to crochet, you're not sure if you're gonna like it. Maybe you don't want to go spend a whole bunch of money on all these fancy yarns and crochet hooks. Definitely check out the Dollar Tree. Comment below which project was your favorite, what you're going to make next. And thank you again so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye.